Hey everyone, it's Alex with Empire Detailing based in the Inland Empire. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how I started my detailing business in 2020 and where I'm at with my business right now and my goals for the future for my business. But make sure to stick to the end. I want you guys' advice on how I could improve my detailing business. So I actually first started detailing cars back in 2020, I want to say, or 2019. And I just worked at a car wash. And ever since then, I loved it and would just get home on my days off. I would just wash my own cars, wash my family's cars, and then from there just grew pretty much a love for it. My first big investment was my first pickup truck that I had, which came out to I believe 4,300 at the time, and that's when I kind of knew I was all into it right there. Once I sold my old car to buy that one. So my first setup was actually out of a 2005 Mustang. And for those that don't know, that's a coupe, so it's really small, tiny. So I would just cram everything in there, pull down the seats. I actually took out the seats for that, and it was pretty tough to work with, but after a while, I only lasted a couple months with it. So my biggest headache with that setup was the size. It was so small, so cramped. I had the seat all the way forward. I was driving like this from place to place, and it was pretty tough, but I had to work it out. So I want to say when I first started, the biggest struggle I had was probably getting customers and trying to price the services right. I know starting off I didn't want to charge the most, but I also felt like I was cutting myself so much. So it was a little bit of both, trying to manage, trying to get customers and trying to work on the pricing, not to undercut myself, but to also get working as I was starting. So it was a little bit of both. I pretty much decided to go all into when I bought the truck. This was during COVID, and my job had opened back up, but it was much slower. And I just didn't like all the new rules, having to wear a face mask and all that type of stuff that I had to go back in. So that's when I said, you know what, let's just go into a full-time. And here we are 2 years later, still full-time, thankfully. Thankful to all you guys. So pretty much my next goal for my detailing business is to raise up my prices a little bit, focus more on the higher end jobs, polishing, ceramic jobs, that type of stuff. Interiors as well, on a little bit more of the premium price of that scale, but that's be for the new future. But if we're coming down to a couple years down the road, I would really like to have a shop and work out of a shop. Having in a controlled environment would be a pretty cool thing to have. What I would have done differently is focus on marketing. I'm barely learning that right now. It's so important. I really wish I could have just gone straight to marketing when I first started off. But other than that, that's the only thing I would have done differently. I feel like I started off with the good setup at first. It wasn't the best, but I started off with what I had. And a lot of people would try to go ahead and go buy a brand new van with a $10,000 setup, all these expensive setups. But that's the only thing I would do differently is marketing. I can't stress that enough. Alrighty guys, well there it is. There's my first YouTube video as a Q&A. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Those that tuned in all the way to the end. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what other video ideas you guys would like to see in the near future. And make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at _Empire Auto Detailing. And thank you guys.